And we are back today, and I am joined by a special guest, Oklahoma Sooners, I guess, new running back one as of next year, Jovantae Barnes. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Enjoying the snowy weather. I think we've probably got about 4 to 5 inches out here in Yukon, Oklahoma. So just enjoying it and enjoying my dog running around the snow. He loves the snow. So, well, hey, Javante, I appreciate you coming on today. And, really, we just want to give the fans an opportunity to learn more about you. So go ahead and just tell everybody a little bit more about yourself, right? Where'd you grow up? Actually, no, let's start with this. Pineapples on pizza. Do you agree with pineapples on pizza?
Um, Growing up, I did. Now I'm kind of adult now. I wouldn't do it. I kind of have a with meat lovers pizza, so not right now.
So what's your favorite pizza restaurant?
Um, I think I'll just like if I'm bored and I just want something to eat, I'm probably gonna do like Papa John's or something like that. So most likely Papa John's is probably my go-to.
Okay. And then another food question, and this is one that I like asking everybody. CJ Colton thought it was a little weird, but peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla instead of bread, you're putting it on a tortilla. What's your thoughts on
Nah, that's a no-no.
that? That's okay. I don't know if you know who Travis Skoll is from the ref, but he thinks I'm poisoning the minds of the youth by putting out the peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla. So, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Let's just jump into it. Go ahead and tell everybody just a little bit about you. Where'd you grow up? Tell us a little bit about your family. What do you like to do outside of football?
What's up, guys? I'm Jovantae Barnes. Originally from Orlando, Florida. All around growing up, I moved around as a kid. I lived in Texas, I lived in Georgia, but every time I moved, moving back to Florida. I currently live in Vegas now. I think Vegas the second longest state I live in. Um, I have my mom and my dad in my life. My dad is originally from Jamaica. He currently lives in Orlando, Florida right now. And my mom stays in Vegas. Uh I have three sisters, two on my dad's side, one on my mom's side, the older sister on my mom's side, on my dad's side. I have an older brother on my mom's side. Um, Growing up, I always loved football. Ever since I was a little kid, my family knew I was gonna have something to do with football. When I was 3 years old. My uncle used to watch like the Florida Gators games and stuff like that, and I used to sit on the couch with him and watch them. And I always have like face expressions like I knew what was going on at 3 years old, and they I was gonna be something special with it. Um, one of my favorite hobbies outside of football is probably playing the game. I play PlayStation 5, so any game that I feel like popular at the time, or any game I have fun playing, like Call of Duty or 2K or Madden, anything. I love competing, so I will play anything. So that's pretty much enough about me.
So, what's your thoughts on the new Call of Duty? Because I remember Call of Duty from back in the day when it was on the 360. That's when I really got into it. And I remember playing the original Modern Warfare 2, and I was like, this is just so different nowadays. The game is so different.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty fun. I I wasn't really into playing games that much. Even when I got my PS5, it wasn't really a lot of games out. And Call of Duty, like the way I got into Call of Duty again, 'cause I was Xbox 360. Well, I played Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2. So I to Call of Duty because I was pretty bored. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just buy it. I see everybody on it on TikTok or Instagram, so all my friends had it. So I ended up purchasing it, and now I'm like level 80 to level 90, and all I play is it's like a small map on there. I think it's called Shipment. All I play is Shipment and just collect all my kills. So it's pretty fun to me.
Yeah, I actually played that shipment 24/7 with the buddy last night. It was interesting. I'm getting too old. My reflexes are not good enough. My thumbs don't move like they used to. So I guess, do you play a lot of Madden? And because I hear that there's this Madden competition going on internally on who's the best, and it sounds like Billy Bowman might top everybody.
I haven't played Billy Bowman yet. I wouldn't consider myself as a top player because I lose here and there, but I also win here and there. But I consider myself okay Madden player. I do play Madden. I use Ultimate Team, or I do like a online play against a random, but I always seem to win those, so it's kind of not fun. So I just play Ultimate Team because more competition.
Yeah. So who's your favorite Madden team and player?
If it's Madden 22, it would be the Cardinals. I use that in a playbook with the Tampa Bay defense. I feel like Madden 22, Kyler Murray, he's unstoppable. And then in Madden 23, I play with the Eagles. Same playbook, the Atlanta playbook with the Tampa Bay defense. And I like AJ Brown routes on there, like unstoppable. You can't stop AJ Brown. So AJ Brown 5 touchdowns, 200 some yards each game when I play.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray, he's spectacular in the video games. He's spectacular on the field in real life too. I don't know if you ever got to see him play here at Oklahoma, but the dude was he got out of some truly just incredible, situations and turned it into some big chunk plays. And Kyler Murray's interesting. He's truly an athlete.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, go ahead and just tell us a little bit more about yourself on the field, right? Like, is there a specific player that you model your game after?
Not really. I like to say I'm my own type of player. I'm my own person. It's not somebody I will watch on YouTube and try to copy what they do or anything. But it is one player I have been watching for years, and it's Leonard Fournette. I just like how physical he is. Um, People in college, a lot of people didn't bring up his speed, but he has tremendous speed where he can get. But I just love how physical he was with one on one. It's most likely he's gonna run you over, or he's gonna make a move on you. And I feel like I can kind of see that in my game. And like this year it was a big learning year. I got on the field a lot more than I expected to be, and I thank God for that to give me an opportunity to hop on the field as a 19-year-old freshman. And it's some things I showcase, but a lot of things I know that I hid in the closet that I got to bring out next year. It's gonna be way different for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be way different because somebody's got to fill the shoes of running back one as Eric Gray takes his exit to go take his shot at the NFL. And you had a really good season this year 116 attempts, 519 yards, 5 touchdowns. You even had 5 receptions in there for 26 yards. So it sounds like you can catch the ball in the backfield a little bit. How do you see yourself being utilized in this offense going next year?
I feel like Levy is so smart with back. He makes it very important is like we're a quarterback. And one thing that he always told me while I was in high school, no matter where he was at Ole Miss or when he got here, is that you're gonna get the ball. And I didn't realize he meant that until I actually got here. And almost every play is set up for us ball. So I feel like me being used as offense is a big piece. No matter if I'm lined up at slot, no matter if I'm lined up in the backfield with Dylan, I feel like anything I can do, catch the ball, run the ball, anything he needs to do, I'm gonna do. So a running back is definitely a huge piece in this Oklahoma offense for sure.
And this year you got a chance to play with Eric Gray, who put up, I mean, a really good season in terms of numbers for the Oklahoma Sooners. We've had good running backs here before. Probably the most notable being Adrian Peterson as of recently. And was there anything that you were able to take and learn from Eric Gray this year, or even just from having a tenured senior leader at your quarterback position in Dylan Gabriel?
I feel like EG was a huge help, and I appreciate him for everything he has. Um, a lot of people don't see the out like a lot of people see the on field stuff, but they don't see like when you're out on field. And he took advantage of all the time we had to ourselves. If that was getting film together, even when the coaches didn't ask us to. If that was if I had any questions, I could just hit his phone and he'll answer, and I could just ask him. If sometimes he'll let us know that it's a new it's new plays in. Go make sure you look at them before we come meet by ourselves. And even with it not being about plays or anything like that, I know I'm the type of I'm hard on myself. I feel like one of the top things I always say is I'm always gonna be my hardest coach. I know what potential I have, and I know how good I am, and I'm gonna always be hard on myself. But he always tells me to breathe and just next play with next rep, and just forget about it. And I feel like that helped me a lot throughout the year because nobody's perfect. Mistakes, and definitely being a freshman and learning this huge playbook and like I said before, running back is a huge position, definitely in this Oklahoma offense, and you got to know everything like the back of your hand. So him just telling me that huge help, and he was help. The same with all the other running backs. Another else that's really slept on is Tyree Walker. We're both from Vegas. Coming in, I can ask him for anything. I can call him right now and tell him I need. He'll tell me pull up. So he's a huge figure to me as well. I just appreciate the whole running back room for everything they have done.
Yeah, I've actually had Tawi Walker on. Dude is incredible, and I expect him to be able to show out a little more in the coming season because he gives me a little bit of Ramondre Stevenson vibes. I don't know if you remember him at all, but he currently plays for the Patriots, and he was a good power back, and I could see Tawi Walker being back for the Sooners. So,
yes, sir.
yeah, so this season obviously didn't go as expected for Sooner fans and obviously for you guys, right? 6-7, not the way you guys wanted to end it, but there was a lot of great things that you could take away from that Florida State game, even though it was a loss. Not trying to make it better than what it was. I mean, it's a loss, but there's a lot of great things you guys could take and go into next season with momentum. And I'm sure that there were plenty of opportunities for you to see areas where you can improve. Is there an area of your game this season, or maybe even after the Florida State game, where you just thought, I could improve on this and get better, and I'll be an even better player next year?
Yeah, for sure. I do that every game. But definitely this Florida State game, I sometimes no matter how hard it is to watch film, no matter if it's because of a loss or it's because you missed a one-on-one opportunity and you're supposed to take it 65 yards to go score. It's always hard for me to watch film, and I kind of didn't even want to go back and watch it. Um, it's a lot of mistakes as a freshman or as a human being I made on the field, and I feel like I can come back 10 times better because I know what kind of player I am, and I just feel like next year is going to be way different. Like I said, it was a learning experience, and it was something I had to get used to. I don't even feel like it was because it was my first start. I feel like I got a big opportunity to play the whole year, and um, it was just it was just a couple things, like a couple one-on-one opportunities I did miss. A couple holes I feel like I could have hit quicker to get more yards out of. But that's all around. I feel like that was pretty much it, and I'm just ready for next year, really.
Yeah. So, how do you feel like the team has reacted to finishing the season? Right. So you're out of it. It's done. It's behind you guys now. I think you guys are maybe looking forward ahead to next season. How is the team reacting to having a 6-7 season? And what is the feeling in the locker room right now?
Man, the feeling is amazing. We have a ton of new guys, a ton of new faces. The locker room looked totally different. A lot of guys who had entered to go try out for the NFL draft. So it's a lot of new faces that I have never seen. Even my first day coming back, I was kind of like, who are these guys? Like, kind of shocked. But we've been doing a great job. We've been looking forward to workouts. I know I can just tell the difference with me first coming in with me now. I'm so happy to wake up at 6 a.m. and go in and work my butt off and get with Smitty and I just love seeing me get better, and I love seeing my team get better, and I feel like we're just taking our time right now because coaches are on the trip recruiting right now, so we're just taking advantage and we're getting by ourselves, offense and defense, getting in the meeting room by ourselves, watching film, making sure the freshmen know what they're supposed to be doing when the coaches come back. And I feel like last year we were doing that, but we weren't doing that as much as because we were a new team. We really didn't know what was going to go on because we had new coaches, we had new teammates coming in, and new head coach. So it was a lot of things that this year it's a whole difference. Dylan is doing a great job of getting everybody together, making sure he hit the group chat, and knowing that we have throwing at this time and running backs are right here and the receivers are going to be over here with me, and making sure they know the plays now. It's just I could just tell it's a whole different team and new leaders this year for sure.
Yeah, that's Awesome. That's great. So, talking a little bit more about staff changes, obviously there have been a lot of rumors going around that maybe Levy will be taking an offensive coordinator position at Alabama. How do you guys, as players, go about your daily tasks and prepare for the next season, knowing that your offensive coordinator spot might be in limbo?
We heard about that, honestly.
You haven't really heard much about it. You guys don't pay attention to the news.
I mean, it wasn't brought to our attention. Levy looks happy here, so I don't we about that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to leave. I don't think he is. I think it's just literally rumors. Alabama, they always get tossed around for all the top coordinators. So, but I want to dive into a little bit about your recruiting. So you talked about how Levy told you that, you'd be used at Ole Miss or Oklahoma, and then you end up here, and you were used a lot. What were some of the schools that recruited you? How did you narrow down the list to your top schools?
It kind of narrowed down by itself because a lot of the top schools are looking at the head coaches were leaving or the position coaches were leaving. So, like for Miami, they got the whole head coach. And, I would say when he was at Oregon, he wasn't really recruiting me like that. So I was kind of iffy about them, and I was like, okay, it makes it easier. Boom, I don't want to go to Miami. So then, Georgia Tech. I was looking at Georgia Tech because the RB coach, Coach Choice. He was a great coach. And he ended up leaving Georgia Tech. So it was just situations like that where the coaches were leaving the schools, and it kind of made it obvious what my top three were going to be. And my top three ended up being Oklahoma, USC, and Florida State. And it just went from there. I feel like I always knew I wanted to be coached by DeMarco Murray. It was a no brainer. He's a Vegas guy. Went to a high school that's literally down the street from my house. Came to the same school I'm currently at right now. Broke records here. Household name here. Went to the league and was successful in the league. So I feel like it was kind of a no brainer who I wanted to be coached by, and it was probably one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
Yeah, so I'm assuming when you're a recruit and you're being recruited by a superstar like DeMarco Murray, somebody that's been in the NFL, somebody that's made an impact at a school, I'm assuming that makes a little bit more of an impact in your decision than somebody maybe who hasn't played the game, especially at the highest level, right?
For sure. I feel like it was like I mean, I had a lot of good running back coaches on my hand. If you look at the list, DeMarco Murray always going to be a top running back coach. His knowledge, he knows what he's talking about. Even in the back room, he can explain the situation when we go through it because he's been in that situation before. He knows what move you can hit on this dude to win a one-on-one battle because he's done it before. So, him just speaking and him just speaking off of experience, I feel like it's a better feeling because you're confident in your coach. You know he knows that he's confident in what he's saying too, and that's pretty much what I seen in him and just how enjoyable he was. I learned who DeMarco Murray was outside of coaching before I knew he was as a coach, and I feel like that made me even 100% more um coached by him.
So during the recruiting process, what was like the funniest moment or the funniest recruiting visit that you ever took?
I think it was Florida State. I went to Florida State on it was like a 1 a.m. visit where all the recruits were there at 1 a.m. and it was just crazy because it was like late at night and everybody was there. And I think Coach Norvell came out the tunnel and this little I don't know what it's called. It's like a little race car or something like that. Came out the tunnel with the little race car at 1 a.m. full of energy and all the recruits were hyped, and we went to go upstairs, check out the stadium stuff, and try on the all white uniforms. It was actually me and DeAndre Moore, and it was a good visit, and I had a good time.
Wow, 1 a.m. What was the process and thinking behind a 1 a.m. visit? I feel like everybody'd be tired at that point, right?
Yeah, I just think they wanted to be different, and that time they knew it was in trend, and the whole time I was there, they were just saying, watch how many other colleges start doing games and recruits gonna enjoy it, because I feel like teenagers, I mean, we're already staying up until 1 a.m. or past to play the game or speak to our friend, whatever we're doing. So at that time they thought it was.
So, what was your best and worst recruiting experience?
Um, Best was definitely the Champ U barbecue. I just felt like it was. I'm not even saying this because I go to Oklahoma, but it was just a great experience because we had so much talent in one place. We had Zachariah Branch, Zion Branch, DeAndre Moore, a lot of top talent in the 22 and 23 class there, and we just all bonded together and all had fun. I knew Zachariah, Zion Branch from when I first moved to Vegas. Those were like some of my first friends. So I already knew them, but it was a great time, and I got the running backs that were there, and that I feel like that visit is the reason why me and DeAndre Moore are both committed to Oklahoma, and I had a bad visit. I think I enjoyed each and every visit, and I just pulled out something that I had. I don't know. I didn't have my opinion. Like each visit I took was great.
Hey, you know what? That's the right answer. That's the right answer to say. But uh, I'm curious. So you were being recruited before this new staff
Mm.
came in correctly. So was there any thought process in your mind about not coming to Oklahoma when the staff changed? Because I know that was a pretty big thing that happened for Oklahoma, and it's not necessarily something we see a lot. And then what made you reaffirm your commitment with Oklahoma during the time that you did?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't say it made me back to Oklahoma when the coaching staff or whole head coach leaving situation happened, but I think it made me open up my recruitment more because I was starting to get locked into Oklahoma at that time, and then when that kind of shocked me, and it made me notice that you have to have your eggs in multiple baskets instead of having it in one basket. And that's when I started looking at FSU more and looking at USC more, and because I was originally, like I said, I was originally supposed to take my official visit to Miami instead of going to USC, and I had it last minute, literally like the week of, and I chose to go to USC. That was a good visit too. Um, but I feel like what brought me was I know that Marco Murray was the only reason, or was the real reason why I enjoyed Oklahoma and why I really wanted to go to Oklahoma. So the whole head coach situation wasn't really bothering me, and I had to really sit down and talk to myself. Um, and I kind of told myself, "Hey, this is a great dude, and you know him really, and you can't just choose the school off of a head coach and blase blase." And I know some people don't know, but you're not gonna really be around your head coach that much. You're gonna be around your position coach and your strength and conditioning coach. So those are probably like the top two people you're gonna be around, and most important people you should really look at. And as soon as I noticed that, I was like, "True, I'm gonna take these visits, but I already know where I want to go." So, um, and that's how it happened, really.
I love how you specifically talked about how you're going to be around your position coaches more than the head coach, because I feel like we put so much stock into the head coach being the end all be all factor, but it's like you don't even see Nick Saban out there heavily recruiting as much as his position coaches and his coordinators. So I like how you put that, so everybody can kind of get a feeling for that. But as we kind of wrap up here, we're going to kind of just shift back into a little bit more about you. So what's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Um, Not really. I feel like I enjoy every old school movie. Like, just like last night I was watching. I don't know if you ever heard of House Party, but I was just watching House Party. It's an old school movie that I used to watch when I was little with my parents. So, I threw that on. I watched the whole series last night, and I also enjoy like the Friday series with Ice Cube and all the other actors in there. I enjoy the series too. So like all the old school movies. I have seen like Black Adam. I haven't seen the Avatar movie yet, so everybody's talking about that. But I have seen a lot of new movies, but I just more so enjoy old school movies for some reason.
Yeah. So, what was your thoughts on the Black Adam movie? Because I saw that one and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. I definitely didn't expect. If you didn't watch it, I'm sorry, but I definitely didn't expect Superman to come out at the end. But I feel like that's made me want to watch it, to watch number two even more. And I even like rewatched Black Adam on my TV. That's how much I enjoyed watching it. Because we watched it as a team at team movie, so I watched it on my own to really get to see everything, and it's a great movie.
Yeah. So, are you a DC or a Marvel guy?
Um, I feel like I watch more Marvel than DC, but I love Superman though. So, Superman definitely is my favorite hero, but I definitely watch more Marvel than I watch DC for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot more Marvel movies out there,
Yeah,
and hey, Marvel's really. I'm not gonna lie, I've been impressed about how they did everything with the Avengers and everything going on. That was truly incredible and brilliant how they did it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, as we wrap up here, I want to go ahead and give the people an opportunity to just hear from you. Do you have anything else you would like to say to anybody? And then, if you have any merch or anything like that, tell the people where they can find it.
Currently I don't have work, but I will be working on it in the future. And I just want the Oklahoma fans for all the support and all the love they've shown me through my recruitment. And since I've been here, it has been nothing but love. And happy to be here. And I can't wait till next year.
Yes, and pack the palace for
For
the
sure,
spring game.
for sure. Pack the pack. I need it. Come on.
All right. Hey, well, I appreciate you coming on today, Jovantae. If you guys have not already, please go ahead, hit that like and the subscribe button. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below about these interviews. If you got a question for Jovantae, head over to Twitter, tweet at him, and hey, maybe he'll just answer your question. But appreciate you all watching. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate you guys.